Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Purse First, the only podcast exclusively about the girls and gays who rap. I know my background probably looks a little bit different, but it's because I have such exciting news. This is also just one of those moments, y'all, where you really should be watching the show instead of just listening to it because y'all are about to miss this great reveal.
I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck.
Look who's here, guys. Pierre and I are in the same room.
Yes.
Pierre is at the Trap Studios.
Yes.
Here in Newark, New Jersey,
Yes.
where I am normally recording. Pierre is also my house guest. I offered Pierre a glass straw. Pierre did not want to drink from it, so
Too rich for me.
no home training. Anyway, I'm Sesali, also known as Bad Fat Black Girl. I am your rap girl auntie.
I am Prince Pierre, also known as Damn, pretty and petty as fuck. Y'all see my shirt?
Yes, I also am wearing a pretty and petty shirt because only one of us, went to go see Cardi B live, and we're going to be discussing that a little bit later. But how was your flight over? How long did you stand in line to get into the TSA?
It was fairly quick. Probably less than a minute. Pre-check was still pre-checking. It was more so for the bags, and I didn't check a bag. I just had a carry-on. My flight was good. It was a 6 a.m. flight. I landed at 2 o'clock. Cecily said she was on her way to pick me up. I had no idea
I know how to treat my nigga.
I had no idea I was getting all this service. A nigga ain't picked me up from the airport and
I know how to treat my nigga.
Came here, got a shirt, dog loved me,
Oh, y'all, Pierre finally got to meet my baby
Mirage.
girl. And Pierre already is trying to make her like a white people dog. We be trying to tell her stuff to do, and Pierre talking about something, no, come here, niece, come here, niece.
I'm taking her back to LA with me because that's more of a dog city. We can go to restaurants. We can go to,
Yeah,
Walmart.
because over here on the East Coast, she got to act like she got some home training.
Yeah, it's real strict for my niece over here. I'm like, They like, no biting. She a dog.
Anyway, as I already mentioned, if you are not watching this, you should be subscribed to our YouTube channel, or you can support us on Patreon, where you get bonus content. You get access to Ask Last. I'm telling y'all right now, Ask Last is going to be very good today. If you are an audio only girl,
leave them ratings and reviews. We need it.
Yes, leave the ratings and reviews because we need them. With that, let's get into the show.
Now, Cecily.
Yes.
What did you do? What was it, yesterday?
Yep, it was last night. Last night. Ask me what I did last night, y'all.
What did you do last night?
Last night, I went to see Cardi B at the Little Miss Drama Tour at her Newark, New Jersey stop.
Do you have notes?
I have so many notes.
Oh, you have notes?
Overall, I'm going to give the show a good 9 out of 10. I'm not even going to hold you.
Oh, that's good.
No. There was, you know what I think I learned? There was a bit of an epiphany that I had about this show. Pierre and I are experienced people.
Mm.
So, like, Pierre and I will go to different experiences.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to be the biggest
Correct.
fan of an artist to go to the show. Like, we'll go to a person's show if we just know we ain't even got to have heard the full album. If we like them enough,
Yeah.
we like their little single, we'll go see them.
It's when you reach auntie and uncle stage.
And I remember there was a moment at Cardi's show last night where I remember, like, I kind of had to check myself, like, and I have this moment when I go to a lot of concerts where I'm just like, damn, you really did it up to come for this concert. Like, you really got your best outfit on. You really got your full heels on and shit. And then I had to remember, like, oh, that's because a lot of people don't go to concerts every two to 3
This is a
weeks.
special occasion.
This
for
is
some
a special occasion for a lot of people.
Just because she's in town, we going.
Period. Yeah, no, this is like, no, this for a lot of people, this might be the only concert that they go to all year. Or their first concert ever that they've been to, right? But also, and with that in mind, it's like, okay, and so for those people, what type of people are those? Those are people who are real fans of Cardi B. Like that, for the first time, like I've seen Cardi B live before, but Cardi B has never done a headlining solo tour before. So this is the first time that we were actually seeing Cardi just outside with her fans. And what I really appreciated about that, and I'm gonna get into why, is to really see that specific relationship that people have with their fans. Like, when me and you go to a Beyonce concert, we're going there as members of the Beehive, going to see Beyonce. And I never even thought about, and it's crazy because I be on both sides. I be on both sides all the time. I go see people I'm not big fans of all the time. But then I also go see people who I am a huge, I'm
Beyonce,
like,
we don't care about spending $1,000.
Period.
Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm going.
I went to see Meg as a hottie. I went to see Cardi as
a consumer of female rap.
Yeah, but I'm a huge. I'm trying to think in my Barty gang. I kind of think I'm Barty gang. I'm not gonna hold you. I've always loved Cardi, beginning to end. They start playing the motherfucking shit from Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1, which me and Pierre just revisited a few, and I was in there getting my motherfucking life. But there was something just so special about seeing Cardi for the first time in her element and really just connecting with her fans. And the reason why that was special is because what we all know about Cardi is that Cardi is a personality, first and foremost. Cardi is like...
First and foremost is correct.
That's who Cardi is, first and foremost, is the personality. And so she brought so much of her personality onto the stage with her. She having the moments where she like, oh, bitch, I'm thirsty. And, somebody's reach up and give her a little sip from her Stanley cup. Shit that is actually very hard to do from another artist. Shit that we would not appreciate or respect from another artist. Beyonce do that, we're going to be like, oh, girl.
Bitch, we need our money back.
Bitch, is you okay? Why you asking Julius for a water bottle like that? You know what I'm saying?
Blue Ivy bringing her water.
Right. Or if Beyonce do it, that shit is scheduled. It's going to be a bitch walk out with the cup like this. Like she wants
the robot that poured her a drink.
Period. Like that shit. But no, like Cardi gets to do stuff like that. And like there were just so many moments where she was just talking to us about what was going on. Talking to us about like her family being there. She was like, and she was like, Belcalis is from the Bronx. But Cardi B is from New Jersey, bitch. I've been living out here for 8 years. That bitch owned a house in New Jersey, so she treated this show like, motherfuckers get money, they get their crib in Jersey. So she was like, and when I was a young girl, I always used to drive down to Trenton, New Jersey to be with my family down there for Easter. And then when I was a young lady, I was stripping in New Jersey and Passaic at Mr. G. Like, there was just so many moments of candor and lightheartedness that
you were connected to her.
Literally. And for people who really fuck with Cardi B, they need those moments just as much as they need the show, which I'm not gonna hold you was also good. Remember how Crystal said that she wasn't gonna go to that motherfucking show because she didn't want to see Cardi just roll around and not do shit for 2.5, 3 hours? Survey said that's not what happened. Baby, Cardi dropping down on her knees to the floor. Cardi was doing her little choreography. And Cardi ain't no dancer for real. Cardi was doing her little choreography. Cardi walking up and down the stages. When Cardi would do an outfit change, like I remember there was a moment in Nicki Minaj in Gag City where that bitch took an intermission, basically. There was a moment where they trying to change the set and everybody at the show just had to sit for like 20 minutes while they like changed that. No. Cardi was coming in and out of them outfits from up under and on top of that stage quickly. It was 3-5 minutes at most that Cardi was off the stage and then back on the stage. Pierre, I was so impressed. She wasn't out of breath.
She just had a baby.
This
is crazy.
Had a baby. I was pre-clamped. You gotta love it. Like y'all, when I tell y'all I had a ball. She did so obviously she did most of Am Out of Drama, but she also did a lot of stuff from Invasion. She did damn near all of Am Out of Drama and Invasion of Privacy, but she also, like I said, was doing shit from Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1. The closing song is Bodak Yellow, bitch.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't it? Oh, now I will go just for Bodak Yellow.
Because there was a moment where but think about it. WAP could have been the ending song. She did that song with Adam Levine. That's when she went up on her little butterfly wings. Cool. Like Cardi, she did Bruno. She did her feature.
Cardi got some songs when you think about it.
Has some #1 hits with and without features. The fact that Bodak Yellow was the last song just felt special. Like it was really, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It was such a good show.
I'm born in Atlanta.
You need to go. Them the last 2 days. You just lied and said you was gonna be in the Bahamas. Which one?
Oh damn! It's them days. I'm gonna be in the Bahamas.
But she has more shows left.
Oh
so.
yeah, okay. I can go next week.
Yeah. Catch it in some city. Catch it in some city. I'm just gonna say I am so impressed with Cardi B. I think that there were a lot of people. This was kind of the final test for a lot of people who doubted Cardi as an artist. Yeah. I think for a lot of people, it's like, I don't know if no Cardi B concert, no Cardi B tour is going to be worth it. Cardi B laid that to rest. Just for no other reason, Cardi has a lot of natural energy that I think a lot of people just take for granted and underestimate.
That's what I was going to say.
Cardi tore that motherfucking stage up in conclusion is what I'm trying to say. So and also, I bought Pierre some merch.
She looks like Beyonce, but
she does.
Cardi B.
She does. Pierre, okay, wait. I actually do have one critique, and this is a critique of the industry in general. I know it's cheaper, guys. I want y'all to stop doing the AI graphics for y'all concerts. And this is just another one of those things where Beyonce has just raised the bar so high for y'all because she's rich and she will go and film a movie just for her background graphics. But y'all are going with the same, almost like all those AI videos kind of look the same. Her shit didn't look much different than I felt like I was watching the Gag City back, especially because a lot of the tour theme is pink. So I was like, this feels like y'all. Pierre is he just won't give it up.
I didn't even say nothing.
Pierre claims that he's not a barb anymore. But like, it's really giving.
It's
like,
in me, not on me. Come on, Sesali. Come on.
Cardi tore up the stage. I do want the artists to stop using their AI graphics, though.
Please. Speaking of concerts, did you see that Pretty Ricky was performing, I think in Miami, and they brought out no one other than JT.
They did.
At first, when I was talking to Sesali about it, I forgot all about that. JT is from Miami, so this was actually pretty perfect.
She a city girl.
Well, not JT, but Pretty Ricky is from Miami. I forgot all about them being from Miami. So, yeah. Did you like it? Did you see it?
I did. I liked it from JT's. So first of all, she wasn't up there. I don't think she performed none of her music. She literally just was up there as like an OG fan of Pretty Ricky and was like, oh my God, they're gonna let me go on. She was up there singing the song with Pleasure P. So like, I felt like she was just having fun.
Yeah.
And what is this something about?
He's just too wiggly.
Pleasure P?
Yeah. Oh, wait, which one?
That's spectacular.
Okay, keep spectacular. Two motherfucking
Pierre,
wiggly for me.
Please.
Okay, come on, Pleasure P.
I liked it. So JT also was like almost like recording like I feel like she really trying to do social media. She finally trying to learn how to do it because she just recorded a POV like she really was just a fan. Like, it was the greatest boy band ever. Like, I was so excited to be there. It was a really cute moment. It was like a really, really cute moment. And JT actually was looking good. She had got dressed that day, as Cardi would say. Now, the name of this episode is probably Caresha. Please. So, okay. Caresha did an interview with Charlamagne the God.
That Sesali turned on.
I got through a good chunk of it, Pierre. First of all, I'm the one that put it on. And I got through a good chunk of it, but Pierre, it got to a point where I could not stand it anymore. It got to a point where I just simply could not stand it anymore. Let's talk about the fact that this was supposed to be a promotional interview for music that is not only not out yet, music that has not even been announced yet. So Charlamagne is like asking Caresha questions about specific lyrics in the song. Me and Pierre on our phones.
We like, wait, did we know about this?
We literally like, when did this come out? Is it out? Nothing is out. Nothing is out.
And he's giving direct quotes. He's saying, oh, I heard this song called Caresha Tales. Oh, I heard this song. So, he's a DJ. So he's a radio personality. So she gave him the album to listen to. But he's talking about everyone. And the interview is out way before, unless the bitch dropped the album next week. But this interview is out way before it seems that new music is coming out.
Literally.
So it's very premature.
And The topics and kind of the media training, we gonna get to that, but this actually just reminded me of something. Because we talking about music that's not out. And I'm like, what's today? I believe we're recording this on Sunday, March 29th. Wasn't Nicki Minaj supposed to drop an album this week, Pierre? What happened? Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
So Caresha during this interview...
No. What happened to the album?
We don't know. I don't think it ever was an album.
Thank you. I just want to hear you say it out your mouth. Now back to Caresha. So... so much. Okay. This is just part of me, and Pierre also can attest to this, that I was really going back and forth because part of me really does feel like kind of concerned and bad for Caresha, and part of me is just disappointed and like, girl, is you slow? What were your general top line thoughts?
Y'all had to see, actually, that would have been perfect for us to record us actually watching that together in person, because we were actually screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
Like, it was like real, like we were talking about it. One of the things you can tell that Caresha has changed, but I don't know if that's for the better or for the worse. You just can tell that she has changed. Even though she has changed, her talking points have not.
And that is what frustrated me the most, because I think that Caresha is one of those people who thinks that you can like change your image and that no one will think about what it is that is coming out of your mouth.
That's true.
So just to paint the visual for people who have not seen it, Caresha basically, she does this interview. She has her hair back in a bun, like a messy bun at the back of the base, with some bangs. It's supposed to be like a very kind of like upscale, classy hairdo. She's wearing a Chanel tweed. I don't know if it's I'm pretty sure it's like a one-piece dress, like a romper, like a mini, or it might be a skirt and a top. And then she has the jacket on top of it. But of course, because she's a city girl, it's still extremely low cut. But you can tell that like her attempt, and then she has on this matching
Chanel locket.
Chanel locket, like necklace, which is actually just a clunky big ass lock on her, on some chains on her neck. You can tell that the attempt, it was almost like her take on like a courtroom outfit. You can tell that the attempt was to like class it up. Like, no, this is me mature. This is me classy. I mean, I think that women who actually are of that stature and that level of wealth would certainly have some thoughts on whether or not she accomplished that aesthetic with all that titty out. But and that locker chain or whatever, we not actually here to talk about, like, go too deep into her looks. Except to say though that it's like in the movies, you know how they joke about the trope in the movies is that all a woman got to do is take off her glasses and take her hair out and do this, and then all of a sudden she a bad bitch and she a different person. I feel like that's kind of like the switcheroo that Caresha is trying to play on the general public. The truth is that Caresha is trying to clean up her image, and Caresha is on an apology tour because there have been repercussions for the decisions that Caresha has made, and the affiliations that Caresha has and that she has continued to stand by that have cost her something. And she has spoken about that. And this, I feel like, is difficult for us to talk about because it's hard to suss out what parts of this we need to talk about up front and what parts of it we need to talk about in the last portion, because obviously, for those of y'all who know, like, a lot of this has to do with Diddy,
with that nigga,
and yes, her ex. One thing I do think we can relate to the look though, aside from the relationship piece, is the conservative girl agenda that the rap girls are on. There's a moment where Charlamagne she's talking about Caresha Please, her podcast. And she's talking about, there was an episode.
Made Sesali mad.
This pissed me off.
A lot of stuff
so
made
bad.
Sesali throw the remote.
She's talking about how she likes doing Caresha Please and she wants to continue to do Caresha Please, but she can't guarantee. Charlamagne was basically like, oh, well, bring it to Black Effect. That's his podcast network. But, you know, you would just have to do it a little bit more consistently. You would have to be consistent with it, but we would love to have it here.
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still a music artist. I still make music. So, you know, I think Caresha Please works because people crave it, people want it. But I cannot confirm that I'm going to be able to do it more consistently because I don't want people to have that much access to me, which was the first piece of bullshit that irritated me. Because if you didn't want to do a podcast, you just shouldn't have did no podcast. Or if you know what I mean? Because like there are so many different ways that like people can connect with you. Like when Sweetie was doing them vlogs, when Meg was doing Hottie World, like there was just, if you didn't want to do it, you shouldn't have do it. I don't think that's true. I'm going to get to why I don't think that's true probably in ass last. But then there was a part where she was talking about Caresha Please, and she was also just saying like, you know, and there are a lot of things that I kind of regret about what I was doing on the show. One of the more viral clips is where she was talking about golden showers. And she was talking about and I specifically remember on the show, I think it was the episode that Trina was on, where she was talking about golden showers. And I feel like I specifically remember her saying that she had done it before, that like she liked the idea, that she liked the way it felt. She get on there with Charlamagne and is like, yeah, I developed the cards for the game with somebody else. It was a lot of stuff, you know, on those cards that I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what a golden shower was. That was just something I said. And, you know, that is something I think my kids going to see that. And I'm going to be so embarrassed that I'm just going to have to talk to them about how everybody make mistakes.
And she basically, because Charlamagne, after this conversation, he went on and asked her, what is one of the biggest mistakes she made in her career? She said it was saying that she did everything she did in her career. The biggest mistake that no one even remembers until she actually brought this up again was her saying that she liked golden showers. I don't even think of thinking about Caresha saying she likes golden showers.
And mind you, aren't you the same person who rapped on the song, Make Me Squirt, Come and Let Me Piss on It? Like Caresha, you a city girl. You rap about shit freaky all the time. So you feel like you need to apologize for it when you talking about it, but you don't feel like you need to apologize for it when you rap about it. And this is the problem that I'm having with a lot of the rap girls right now, where y'all are doing this thing. And honestly, historically, y'all actually have done this. I'm not even going to just blame it on Caresha, and I'm not going to say that there's no new shit that's happening. Y'all get on these songs talking freaky as hell, talking about all the money you get for the good pussy you got. And then when y'all sit down in these interviews, y'all say, I would never do something like that. That's just how I express myself and I talk on the records.
Also because they not writing it anyway, but whatever. That's a whole nother topic.
Are women allowed to be sexual or not? Like, I'm so sorry. I just feel like y'all are backtracking on the most basic shit. Y'all are backtracking on the most basic shit. We truly do not care that y'all pop y'all pussies. And if you care that you pop your pussy, baby, female rap was not the lane for you. Female rap was not the lane. If you shy about talking about, again, let's go back to Cardi. Because Cardi was on that stage like, yeah. And so back when I was stripping, Cardi is not trying to change none of the narratives about who Cardi was before.
And she's one of the most successful female rappers there is.
Because
I wonder why.
Because for nothing else, we know she did the shit she rapped about.
Oh.
And the crazy thing is, we know y'all did the shit y'all rapped about too. You bitches just like lying about it. That irritated me so bad because I was like, this is why female rap is crumbling the way it is. Because y'all don't stand for shit.
They don't.
Y'all don't hold the music. Y'all don't hold and cherish and value. When these niggas get on these songs talking about selling drugs and killing niggas in their hood, and somebody asks them about they shit, they are passionate when they say, these are just the experiences of my people in the hood, and we should be able to talk about that. This is just the life that some people have to live, and this is my creative outlet to process that. They feel they have a right to talk about that shit. They feel like they have a right to say it. They feel like they have a right to keep saying it on the song.
And none of them niggas is talking about my kids listen to it.
None of them is talking about how they got to go explain to their kids how they shot po niggas in the song. None of them.
Oh, sorry. That is true.
That pisses me off so bad.
It's not real.
None of it is real. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what pissed Pierre off is when she got to talking about JT.
A lot of this was about the first part of this interview. Charlamagne asked her about the breakup between her and JT. One of the things we did give her props for, her and JT, is they don't really go into a lot of details as to why they're in this space that they're in. Like, they don't give much details. Like, I guess they're trying to protect each other because we know it's something bigger. But
and shout out to them for that. JT and Caresha is keeping real. It's always, oh, you know, we was just at different points in our career. She wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. We was just in different places. There's always going to be love there. Like, you know, but then it'd be like, I think we need a therapist to talk. You get what I'm saying? So it's clearly something happened.
She, for those who will not watch the interview, she basically says JT and her are like a marriage. It's like they were together and either they're going to break up and go through nasty divorce and still love each other, or they're just going to break up and never talk to each other again and then come back later. She just used that analogy. She said it was like a bad marriage or whatever. And she was like, we were best friends since we were younger. Our menstrual cycles are linked together because we're so close to each other.
So why did that irritate you so bad?
It's a hood. I don't know much about the female body, so I don't know how true it is, but I always hear girls in the hood, like when they talk about their best friends, they be like, periods the same day. And it pisses me off.
Why?
I don't know.
You want to share periods?
Why are y'all linking coochies? Like, oh my God.
It's not nothing that we sign up to do. It's that when you spend the hormones.
I know, but it's so crazy. Like, why are y'all airdropping periods? It's crazy. Like, y'all iPhones are linking up. That is crazy. First of all, you don't even supposed to know that. You mean to tell me you hang with a bitch so much, you like, girl, you on? Bitch, you on? We on? Yikes. But anyway, she mentioned that and I was just like, it's crazy. But what Sesali is talking about, what pissed me off, is when you compare her talking about her issues with JT versus the issues she have with niggas. I compared them two and it was just pissing me off because I feel like she has a lot of grace for one person versus the other, versus the person you supposed to have grace for. The girl who you just said, y'all coochie sync up so much because y'all hang together so much. That is the person you're supposed to have grace for. And that's the person you actually need a therapist to sit down and talk to. You actually need someone there to sit down and talk to. You don't know if y'all will ever sit down and talk and have a conversation. But for Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, you're ready to write letters and say, this person has changed. I have seen all that Michael Myers has done, but I'll write this letter because this person has changed. That's what pissed me off.
So, okay. We're getting ready to transition to Ask Last.
Yeah, but what I want to go.
Yeah, because, but at the very beginning when we started talking about this, what I said was that it was frustrating because JT has changed JT is trying to change the aesthetic, and even down to, I would say, I feel like she's got media training on like how to speak about certain issues.
Caresha.
I mean, Young Miami has gotten media training on how to speak. Like her accent even sounded a little bit different. But the talking points have not changed. Just to paint a timeline for y'all, the first kind of major interview that Caresha did after the accusations came out about Diddy was when she sat down with Santana on Caresha Please. That was August 2024. So that was over a year ago. That was almost a year and a half ago. This August, would have been 2 years ago. Caresha is still hitting the same talking point from that interview. So it's like, what was the point of investing? Like, at this point, you're actually just trying the same thing again. And I almost feel like you begging because them deals have dried up. The public opinion of you has shifted and is drying up because of the decisions that you have made since then. She wrote a letter in support of that, nigga. And now you kind of lost in the sauce. So now let's go into Ask Last for real. So I can really get my thoughts off on what the fuck I think is going on. I really was watching this interview and also having really followed what happened with Diddy, just in terms of like having seen the documentary or whatever, right? Caresha, what you actually actually we're supposed to do. Let's come out of Ass Last. I feel like we touched the good stuff in Ass Last. This is one of those rare instances where y'all about to get some good shit on the other side of Ass Last too. Caresha, let me tell you what you should have done. Because this is another thing she talked about that pissed us off. Because she was like, it's other ventures I want to focus on, some businesses that I want to go. Pierre yelling at the screen like, where are they? Where are they? Where are the ventures? Caresha, what you was supposed to do was had opened up like 1 or 2 boutiques. Yeah. I don't even give a fuck if you didn't have no customers in that bitch. You were supposed to open up one in Atlanta, one in Miami. You were supposed to do a press blitz. You were supposed to pay a publicist about 5-6 bands to get you some press about the new boutique that you were starting. Could have been a dance school. You could have started a fucking dance school. You could have started another major rap team in Miami. Whatever the fuck it was, you could have got them placed in a music video for another artist, and it could have been like, oh yeah, this is this cool thing that Caresha is doing. And you could have had a separate business to talk about something, or it could have been that you started a YouTube channel, you was vlogging. It could have been that you started, really, really taking people in on your parenting journey. You want to talk about showing that you grew up. How about that, right? You could have started a show about grief because you've dealt with so much personal loss in your family. You could have actually done so many things to just show us what you've been doing and to give someone like Charlamagne enough substance to say, here are the questions that are off limits that you actually are not allowed to ask me about at all.
Because I'm doing so much.
Because I'm doing so much other shit.
You don't need to be asking me about no nigga.
Or a band or a group that I'm not a part of anymore.
Wow. We need an agency. Y'all, this interview had really got... Let me tell you where Sesali turned the TV off. And me and Bae were like, no. Caresha really wants... And this is part of the conservative stuff. Caresha really wants us to take her serious as a journalist, and she wants to be the Black Oprah. She starts it off by saying she wants to be the Black Oprah.
And she did clarify that. She meant she wanted to be the hood. The hood Oprah. She was like, I stand by that.
Oprah wasn't Black, but Charlamagne was like, what you mean? And she was like, just hood. Yeah. I mean, got off. But she wants to be taken serious as a journalist, and she doesn't want, like she said, I want to have guests on my show and have real conversations. And Charlamagne said, what do you mean by real conversations? And she said, I want to talk to Obama. And Sesali said, you know what? Click.
I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't do it no more. We have to know our limitations in life.
We do.
We have to know our limitations. We have to know our strong suits. Do I see a world in which Caresha could be a person that I would be very interested in seeing in conversation with Obama? You know who I would love to see in conversation with Obama? Belcalis.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody who I know knows U.S. history, U.S. government, politics. Caresha would eat that. Cardi would eat that. Caresha.
Not right now, Caresha.
I still can't forget that you got on somebody's podcast microphone and talked about how you don't drink enough water. So, baby, I can't. I have to stop talking about it because I'm finna get mad all over again.
She said, I want to interview Obama. I find it very interesting that JT and Caresha, even though they are in 2 different lanes, JT fashion, Caresha journalist, they want to appeal, like you said, this conservative, they want to appeal to the masses, which is fine, but they want to do it in a way where it's all based around respectability politics.
Yes.
Both of them. That is
different
so
types
great.
Of respectability politics.
Correct. Caresha don't, and it's crazy because the image that we have of them is the image they've given us. They don't want to be seen as city girls anymore. But that is exactly who they are. And that's a conflict. I can see if they're saying we can do it all, because we're from the city and we have this experience and we've been to jail and we can do it all. But they're trying to say, I feel like they're trying to put a hard stop on this is who we were. It's a hard stop. We're not in a group together anymore. I'm white woman now. I want to do interviews with Obama. Don't ask me about pissing on niggas. Where Cardi is like,
I'm a
stripper. I got 6 kids. Me and my baby daddy gay. I don't know. I just had a baby by him. And I'm finna be on stage with Kamala Harris when she's running for president of the United
States. And
did
a sit-down interview with Bernie Sanders when he was running. I'm going to be honest with you as well. I think that both of the city girls, this is the one
I'll be so scared to hear what comes out her mouth.
This is the non-ass last thing that this is the ass last thing that I'm going to say outside of ass last. The city girls also have a problem with seeing themselves and their potential strictly through the lens of the niggas that they fucking with at the time. Yeah. That's the problem. I know I don't have to watch my mouth because that's the problem. You went to the Met Gala, now you feel like a Met Gala bitch, and you went to the Met Gala with a nigga that's not even gonna be back at the Met Gala. And your vision of yourself and where you can be is what that nigga was whispering in your ear about who you could be. Same thing for JT. That's why you're wearing those outfits like that, and that's why Cardi said that about. Okay, you know what? Let's just get the show.
Yes,
sorry.
Please,
okay.
I'm glad it's not me because it's usually Sesali usually ends the show because I'm doing the most in ass last. I'm finally glad y'all see who Sesali is.
Make sure that y'all subscribe to Patreon. I just gave y'all a sneak peek of what y'all can expect in ass last. It's usually from Pierre, but today I'm upset. You also get bonus content. Make sure y'all are leaving us those reviews, giving us 5-star ratings on a podcast app of your choice. You can follow me on the socials at Bad Fat Black Girl. You can follow Pierre on the socials at Prince Charming P. You can follow the show on the socials at First Show. Subscribe to my Substack where I write about things like this all the time. badfatblackgirl.substack.com. And if I could just leave y'all with anything, it is stand up. Stand up for something lest you fall.
For anything.
For anything. My God, today.